I'm Denise Gagne, and I'm here with our Back to School Setting the Tone webinar. I love to see your faces instead of talking to a screen, so please raise your hand and we'll make you a panelist if you are okay with us recording you on screen. We really appreciate that because I feel weird talking to my computer. So today's topic is back to school, setting the tone. And in the handout, you've got all of my PowerPoint slides, but I'm primarily going to use the website for this tonight. So I'm going to do a screen share. And for those of you that are not on Musicplay Online, you are going to get the handouts and you will be able to make sense of everything that I'm doing from the handouts. So this is Musicplay Online, and over on the left menu is units. And the back to school unit, I can scroll down and find it here, or I can select festivals and holidays, because really it's very festive when we go back to school, and select back to school. So we've got a few new activities in here that you haven't seen before. So we're going to share a fair number of them. The first one is, of course, what's the hardest thing that we have to do as teachers at the beginning of the school year? It's learning all those names. And already taught 1,100 students on a 6-day rotation. That is a ton of names that you have to learn. And even if it's only 500, that's still a real challenge. So the first activity that I'm going to share with you is this circle name game. And it's really, really simple. I'm going to stop share for a minute. All I do is I form a circle and then we do pat, pat, out, out, pat, pat, out, out. And each person in the circle says their name in turn. So Denise, Jason, Janet, and around the circle. It may make more sense to you if I share the screen and show you the actual video of it. This is our staff, not kids, because at the time we made this, we weren't allowed in schools.
The game I'm going to teach you now is a name game, and it's called Name Game.
I'm going to jump ahead.
Down, out, out, down,
Down, out, out.
And now we're going to say our names when we put our hands out. Denise Gagne, Lisa, Maya,
Serge,
Carrie Lynn,
Ryan,
Christy, Denise Gagne.
So that's simple. And the beautiful thing about that is you don't have to know any names at all. You just walk into the classroom and you do it, and the kids say their names. And as long as they're telling you the truth, you will have a pretty good idea of what their names are. I will never forget a first grade class a long time ago, maybe 25 years ago, that told me the names of the Power Rangers instead of their own names when I wanted to find out what their names were. Couldn't figure out why there were so many Billies in this class, but it was Power Rangers. So as long as the kids are telling you their real names, it's a perfect way to get to know their names. But you can also use this for getting to know a little about the kids. Have the kids tell you what's your favorite color. Red, purple, orange, blue. And in this game, it's fine if two kids like purple the best. That doesn't matter. Their favorite food, either something that they eat at home or something that they go out to a restaurant to eat. Pizza, spaghetti, whatever you can think of that they want to eat. Another fun thing to do at the beginning of the school year when you're doing this is places that they've been in the summer or something that they've done that was fun. What's a place that you went to over the summer that you really enjoyed? Maybe it was the swimming pool. Maybe it was the movie theater. Maybe you went to Italy. Who knows? Maybe you were really lucky. But you can do things like that as well. So pool, bowling, Greece. I wish. But that little circle name game is going to give you lots of mileage, and I would do it up through the grades. It's intended for littles, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it with older kids. I would try it with grade 1s, 2s, 3s, and I just keep pushing it up because I think that is a really useful one. Now, I have the Hello Beat chant in the back to school unit, and this is another chant that I really like, but I think it's going to be easier if you do know the kids' names. So the chant, I'll use the projectable. The chant is very simple, and again, I would pad a beat while I'm doing it. Beat, beat, feel the beat. Say hello to those you meet. Then I say hello in turn to each child, and the class says hello to that child. Hello, Carrie Lynn. Hello, Carrie Lynn. The class says the same thing I did. But then I start mixing it up, and I use different voices. Hello, Denise. Hello, Denise. So I used a quiet voice or a whisper voice. Hello, Linda. Linda. I used a shouting voice. I might do a high voice and a low voice. Let's see if I've got some other names I can see here. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Angie. Hello, Angie. Hello, Emily. Hello, Emily. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Miriam. I've done all sorts of ways. I can sing, hello, Leanne, and the class would sing, hello, Leanne. Hello, Abby. Hello, Abby. So this introduces multiple concepts. First week, I simply pat the beat while I'm doing it. The next week, I might pull out my sticks and do beat, beat, feel the beat. Say hello to those you meet with my sticks. And then I would ask them to tell me, I'm gonna stop sharing, to tell me what are these called? And some of the kids might know their rhythm sticks. What are they made out of? Wood. So I'd classify them as a wood instrument. And I'd classify them. I'd ask, how do you play them? I can click them together. I can scrape them, especially these ones with the scrapey edges. I can pound them, or I can drum with them. And Morgan's going to be unhappy with me if I drum on the desk. So I'm going to drum on my little yoga mat. This is my little yoga mat practice pad. So we demonstrate how you can play it. And then I would do the poem, keeping the beat with the sticks. Only I get the sticks this first time around. We'll bring out the sticks for everybody to play another time. Beat, beat, feel the beat. Say hello to those you meet. And then I do all those hellos again in all different kinds of voices. And I would put the sticks into my mystery box. This is my mystery box. And 5 or 6 weeks down the road, in a month or maybe in end of September, when I've got 4 or 5 instruments that they've seen in the mystery box, I'll bring it out and I'll go, class, can you remember what instrument this was? I have to hide it from you better. That was the rhythm sticks. I'll try another one and see if I can do a better job of hiding it from you. If you guessed that was my pool noodle scrapers, you were right. Let's see if you can guess this one. You should have to put it in the chat if you can guess what it was. It was a cabasa. And I've got some more in here. See if you can guess what this one is. That was my potato shaker. And this one is my egg shaker. And I had some little ones that got so good at perceiving this that they could tell which shaker I used. I was always quite surprised at how good they got at it. So those are 2 really, really good useful name games. Primarily, I do the beat, beat, feel the beat with the littles, but you certainly could try it with the older ones and see how they respond. Other name games, I'm going to go up to the top Again, I'm in units, back to school, and here's a whole bunch of name games on Musicplay Online. Look at the numbers, number 2, number 9, number 2, number 8. They're all early in the school year because every year that I've taught, I have a really hard time learning the names. And so I've included name games in all grade levels. And I just went back and redid, or I edited a little bit, the modules in the learning modules for September week 1 to make sure that the name game is in the module. When I wrote those modules in 2020, we had a lot of kids at home and name games wouldn't make sense. But now teachers in classrooms are using the modules. So I put the name games back in. So these name games are all great. Grade 3 loves this number concentration. Grade 5 loves this concentration game. And you've got access to all of those. Now, in the back to school unit, there's also a lot of extra resources, and I just added these to it. So this is all about me draw a picture. This is for the littles. I've got guided printing. My name is in music I want to, and they draw a picture of what they would like to do in music this year. I have to make sure I don't X out of the recording by accident. In this all about me, they can color which ones they want to do. Do you want to sing? Do you want to play instruments? Do you want to move? Do you want to listen? And I'd hope that they'd want to do all of those things. That would be lovely. And the next all about me is one for older students with more reading abilities. I'd say this is probably grade 2, grade 3, maybe grade 4. They write their name at the top, what class they're in, the date. I am how many years old. I am in grade 3. I have what colored hair and what color eyes, a song I like to sing, an instrument I like to play. In music class, my favorite thing to do is, and that's always a loaded question. I remember one music teacher, and it was from a boys' school, emailed that her students' favorite activity to do in music class was listening logs. And I thought, you know, that's really interesting because I would have never guessed. And then they draw a picture of their favorite thing to do in music class. All About Me 2 is intended for grade 2s. I am so many years old. I have what color hair and eyes. This might also help you to remember those children after they've completed it. A song I like to sing, an instrument I like to play again. And then there's a little booklet that you can do. And again, you choose the grade level this seems to work best for. Because there's a fair amount of writing in it, I wouldn't do it below grade 2, probably grade 2, grade 3 would be the best. So this one is a single piece of paper. It folds in half and then it folds in half again. And it makes a little booklet that the kids can take home, or you can take a look at it before they take it home. Other things that are in the extra resources, there's a link to the Up the Ladder, Down the Ladder name game. This is a really good game for upper elementary. It's an off-site link. There's my good behavior note. Bravo. Today in music class, I was caught being amazing. Sincerely, your signature music teacher. There's 2 on a page, so it doesn't take so much paper. And I would suggest signing it. Behold, there you've got it filled out. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So you sign it, you have a big pile of them in your music room, and as many times as you can remember to catch somebody doing something right. It's a lot nicer for parents to get that bravo note than the other one that's here. And this is the oops behavior note. Today was a tough day in music class. Dear parent or guardian, your child is having trouble with the following expectations in the music room after several reminders. And this one is about respecting the teacher, respecting the classroom or classmates, respecting the music supplies, and you just check off and send that home. I would hope you don't have to send too many of those home, but being realistic, things are not getting easier. Another poster that I have in the extra resources is time to pause. This is basically to put over a timeout chair. I saw this somewhere on the internet and thought it was a great idea. And if one of your students needs a little time out to reflect on behavior and get ready to come back in, that would be great. I taught at a Montessori school where I had 24 3 and 4-year-olds at the same time with no aid. And it only worked because that Montessori school was so good at teaching those kids to self-regulate. And when they had troubles controlling their behavior, they knew to go over to the timeout chair and just put their head down, have a little rest. When they were ready, they came back. I loved that. So lots of good things in here. Singo is a good game for older students. Lots of reading ability is needed for this. And for our teachers that teach in French, we have it in French as well. The 4Bs kind of inspired me to a new activity. Be kind is what I was thinking about. And song log is another beginning of the year activity that I've added recently and I wanted to mention. If you keep a song log for each grade that you teach, it gives you sort of a visual record. I like to do reward days after 10 days of really exceptional behavior. And the children could then choose from the song log any activities or songs that they had really liked. I am not going to a dollar store and buying a bunch of junk to give out as prizes, but a reward day is really a review day. I think this is a really good use of our time, costs nothing, and the kids are in charge. So in the song log is a column for the song title, a column for where is it from, a column for what's the purpose of this song. Is it a children's game? Is it a traditional song? And then the date that we learned it. And you'll be surprised if you do this for the year, how many songs your kids know by the end of the school year. So we talked about the circle name game. The music room rules. I have a poster and I'll share this poster with you. And I'd like you to read it with me. Of course, you're muted, so I don't have that 2-second lag, but let's read together. 1, 2, ready, go. Make good choices. Always be responsible. Use good manners. Be nice and be kind. Speak when you're called on. Always put your hand up. In the music room, always try your best. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. For those that are listening to this as a podcast, the first letter is M-U-S-I-C, and so it spells out the word music. But I'm going to go to the concept slide for that so we can read it in rhythm and see it. I'll see if I can make this full screen. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do the body percussion with it. And I'd invite you to stand up with me and do it. It's been a long day for some of you and the stretch is good. So make good choices is a stomp. And I can't stomp very loudly. I'll put shoes back on, see if it makes more noise. Make good choices, much better sound. Always be responsible. I'm going to pat. Ready? Pat. Always be responsible. Use good manners is a clap. Use good manners. Be nice and be kind is a snap. Be nice and be kind. I can snap right hand. I can't snap left, but I make do. So let's do those first 4 measures together. 1, 2, and we go. Make good choices. Always be responsible. Use good manners. Be nice and be kind. And then the next page starts off with a stomp. Speak, and then we clap. When you're called on, always put your hand, and on the word up, I put a fist in the air. So speak is a stomp, then claps. Ready, and speak. When you're called on, always put your hand up. Back to claps. In the music room, then we pat. Always try your best. So let's try from speak when you're called on. Here we go. Speak when you're called on. Always put your hand up. In the music room, always try your best. So that's the first 4 lines of the chant. Let's try them all in sequence. 1, 2, here we go. Make good choices. Always be responsible. Use good manners. Be nice and be kind. Speak when you're called on. always put your hand up. In the music room, always try your best. Now, we left out the C because music is 5 letters and we only have 4 phrases in our little body percussion thing. So care for the instruments and all of the equipment becomes a student created idea. So they get to choose the body percussion that they would want. And what I typically like to do, especially, 4th grade, beginning of the year, they're a little bit shy, 5th grade, even shyer and more self-conscious. Ask everybody to do it all at the same time. And we'll do it 4 times through. I'll say the pattern, I'll say it again, I'll say it again, I'll say it again, because it takes you that many repetitions to kind of find one that seems to work for you. So I'm not going to model. You're going to do the body percussion for this using stomp, pat, clap, and snap. If you want to add other body percussion, like chest, like Christian does in the body percussion unit, feel free, as long as it makes a sound. 1, 2, make it up. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. And at that point, I can look around and see if someone has a good one that they could teach the class. I might ask them to do it again if they are a little bit uncertain, if they're not confident yet. Maybe do it 4 more times. With littles, I might try this as an ostinato. Divide the class in 2. One says, make good choices, always be responsible. And the other side of the class does the ostinato pattern. Older kids, I think I would do this as an introduction or an ending, and then do either the body percussion or transfer to unpitched instruments. I saw a performance of this in Erin Heindel's classroom where she had transferred this to bucket drums, and the kids were awesome. I wish I had a video of it because they really, really did a good job of it. So if the kids participate in the making up of the music room rules body percussion, they're more likely to know them. And then we have a behavior reflection to go with it. So the behavior reflection is back up here, and it's making good choices, music room behavior reflection. I've got the rules here. Read the music room rules. Make good choices, always be responsible. Use good manners, be nice and be kind. Speak when you're called on, always put your hand up. In the music room, always try your best. Care for the instruments and all of the equipment. Today, I did not make good choices in music class. Describe what happened. I threw a chair. Number 3, describe what you should do next time. I should sit on the chair. And then teacher signs it, it goes home, and hopefully parents see it and send it back to school. I know you're not going to get that kind of support from every parent, but in my last school, I was really fortunate that I did have that kind of parental support. We have jump in, jump out is another name game. I've straightened it out just a little bit so I can, it works rhythmically for me better than doing it with the complete swing. But we have this in French and in English. Jump in, jump out, turn yourself around, jump in, jump out, introduce yourself. And the way it is in most of it is, my name is, but I just straightened it just a little bit for me. So we would do the movements with it. Jump in, jump out, turn yourself around, jump in, jump out, introduce yourself. My name's Denise. Oh, yeah. And I like to read. Oh, yeah. I'm standing next to Danae. All right, all right, all right. And then Danae would go. The standing next to instead of I like was suggested by my daughter, the music teacher, who was going to be with us on this webinar. And then little granddaughter ran a fever of 41 today, 41 Celsius, which is, I don't know, very high and worrisome. So she suggested that because her grade 5s were embarrassed at saying, I like so-and-so. I'm standing next to is non-threatening, and it did not make them feel embarrassed. The respect poster, I don't think I'd use it beginning of the year. I think I'd use it later on when they need a reminder. RESPECT, respect yourself and respect me. Just one word is all you need with RESPECT. And then I'd have the kids write verses. Be careful with school property. RESPECT. Be polite to everyone you meet. RESPECT, but I think I would save that. Good, better, best. I might want to save that one as well, but I quite like this one. It's a little poem. I don't remember where I even heard it, but it goes, good, better, best. Never let it rest until the good is better and the better is best. So let's try doing pat a line, clap a line, snap a line, clap a line. 1, 2, ready, pat. Good, better, best. Clap, never let it snap until the good is better and the better is best. And from there, there's lots that you can do with it. I've got the words down here. Try it. Do you like it? What do you notice? What do you wonder? I noticed that I had each line being a single body percussion. It might be fun to try it with maybe different body percussion on certain words. So we'll offer that as another option. Would you like to try it another way? Another set of words you could use with your kids? Can you think of another way we could do this? And then, of course, try them out. I suggest that you try body percussion substitution. So you take away the words for one line and just do the body percussion. Then take away 2, then take away 3, then take away all of them. So let's take away the first line, good, better, best, and just do the pat. But we'll say and clap, never let it rest. We'll say and snap until the good is better, and the clap, the last line, better is best. So we take away line 1. 1, 2, here we go. Never let it rest until the good is better and the better is best. Take away 2 lines. So you pat the first, you clap the next. 1, 2, here we go. Until the good is better and the better is best. Take away 3, here we go. Better is best. And now we'll try taking them all away. Pat, clap, snap, then clap. 1, 2, here we go. So you could decide how to perform that. You could perform it like that. And then you could put all the words and all the body percussion in after. You could try it with instruments instead. If you transfer to bucket drums, my suggestion is that pat becomes the top of the bucket, clap the rim, snap the click. You could try it in canon. No end of things to try. You could create an ostinato to do with it. I would get kids to give me ideas from the poem that they could use as an ostinato. Better, 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 best. Better, 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 best. Or good, good, better, best. Good, good, better, best. And again, transfer to instruments or non-pitched percussion. You could do good, better, best as your whole 5th grade lesson the first day of school. And it's a good message for them that they can always try and get a little bit better at what they do. Music festivals, we never get 100%. We always have some place to improve. New on the website, I made a place to learn and grow. And I made a little song, and I don't have it recorded. So I'm going to play it for you first on my recorder. I kept it deliberately within the pentatonic, so it'll accompany with a simple bordune. If I ever have time, I'll write a full orff arrangement for it. My singing voice doesn't work, so I'm going to be down the octave. You sing it where it should be. ready, go. How can we make our classroom a place to learn and grow? Welcoming and friendly to everyone we know. And then I would get the kids to make up be statements. Be kind, be caring, be a good listener, be compassionate, be friendly. And then each of the ones that they make up, every student should make up one. And again, you can repeat them. I'm happy if everybody wants to be nice. We would transfer their be statements to instruments. Be nice. Or I could do be a good listener. And I could do be friendly. Be kind. And so what I would do is I would sing that little song as the theme and then do 4 be statements with the kids doing whatever they've written on whatever instruments they've chosen, and then sing again the next 4, sing again the next 4. Again, it might be something that you want to do later in the school year, but I think this is quite a nice little starting activity. So that's a place to learn and grow. That's new in units, back to school unit. I've made a student activity page, rather I should say our lovely Lana has made one, where they can write the words be whatever you want and then draw a picture. And you could make this a bulletin board in your classroom that I think it would be a really good bulletin board. And then our last activity in the back to school unit is the one my daughter shared. And I'm sorry she's not here to explain it because she would do better at explaining it than I will. And this is a get to know you activity. This or that. Which one's the fact? Share 2 things about you. We will guess which is true. So the first slide is notation. And then just the lyrics. Let's read it together. This or that. Which one's the fact? Say 2 things about you. We will guess which is true. And then she's written a little body percussion accompaniment to go with it that I think is really cute. This or that. Which one's the fact? Say 2 things about you. We will guess which is true. So let's try that body percussion. Up, get up on your feet and try with me. So stamp, clap, stamp, clap, clap, stamp, clap, stamp, clap, clap, pat, pat, clap, clap, snap, snap, clap, clap. Not too difficult. Kids could read the tas and titis and they could do it as a little reading exercise. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, body percussion, go. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, pat, pat, clap, clap, snap, snap, clap, clap. Now try the body percussion with the poem. And if you're clever, you can do both. I've made mistakes. I hope I don't. 1, 2, do them both. This or that. Which one's the fact? I'm wrong, sorry. I'm going to start again. 1, 2, start again. This or that. Which one's the fact? Share 2 things about you. We will guess which is true. So I'm going to share 2 things about me, and you get to guess which is true. I like traveling. I love liver. Which one do you think is true? And you'd go around the circle, and each child would have to think up something that's true, something that's not. And, as they go through this, they're going to get more clever as they go along and think up some cool things. Leanne, did you have a question? No. Okay. I saw the hand up, but I wasn't sure if there was actually a question. So this one I think is a great activity. There's some teaching suggestions. Begin with a slideshow about yourself. Present 2 facts. One is true, one is false. Mine was way too easy. I hate liver. I should probably say something like oysters because I don't like them either. The students try to guess which fact is true. Share as many facts as you feel comfortable with. So I like to travel. I like to read. I like to play with my grandkids. And it's a great way to for your students to get to know fun things about you at the start of the school year. I like riding on my e-bike, and it's really fun. I like swimming, and I like taking my grandkids swimming. And I've taught 5 of them now how to swim. The 6th one, he's a stubborn little monkey, but I think he's got it. So that is the this or that activity. Those are all in back to school unit. I'm going to jump to the learning modules. And in the learning modules is a Storybooks module, and it's selected. The Storybooks got made into a module instead of a unit because I knew how to build it, and I didn't know how to build units. So Storybooks is going to stay a module, and we've got some really, really good ones. The book, All Are Welcome, I think is a brilliant book for the beginning of the school year. It's by Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. And I actually, I keep books on my iPad primarily, but I've got a little welcome song that you can use as the refrain with the book. So I'll play you the little refrain.
Welcome, welcome everyone. We will have a lot of fun making music every day. All are welcome here.
And that's all there is to it. I wonder if I can pull that up as a audio. All are welcome. See if I can pull the audio up. I want music. I don't think I can. So I'll just play the book, and then I'm going to lead you through the singing. And there's 10 times that you could do that little refrain.
All Are Welcome by Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. Pencils sharpened in their case. Bells are ringing, let's make haste. School's beginning, dreams to chase. All are welcome here.
And then we would sing. Welcome, welcome everyone. We will have a lot of fun making music every day. All are welcome here.
No matter how you start your day, what you wear, when you play, or if you come from far away, all are welcome here.
And then you sing again. Welcome, welcome everyone. We will have a lot of fun making music every day. All are welcome here. So you can do it every time. All are welcome here. If the 10 times is getting to you after you've taught it to your 10th class, just do 2 pages, and then you only do it 5 times. But I love this book. And one of our Musicplay teachers, Terry Sponsler, sent us a couple of ORF arrangements. And so this one is a little bit simpler. It's got just a bass xylophone part and an alto xylophone part, and then a soprano glock. So the bass xylophones will play C and G, boom, boom, boom. The alto xylophone will play C, G, C, G, C, G, C, rest, 2, 3, 4, C, G, C, G, C, G, C, rest, 2, 3, 4. And the soprano glocks fill in the bass rests after they play all are welcome here. The soprano glocks play all are welcome here. So that's a nice, simple little ORF arrangement you can use with maybe grade 2, maybe grade 3, depending on where your kids are at. And then she's got a really interesting, she's made up her own melody, and she's done it as a 5-bar song, which we don't see very often, and I really quite like this. So use whichever ORF arrangement seems to fit with your students the best. And this one, I think, the second one, I think would be more interesting for, say, a 4th grade or a 5th grade class. Another storybook that we don't have on the website, but I have on my iPad, and I highly recommend. I'm going to stop sharing so I can show you. It's the book called Your Name is a Song, and it's a beautiful little storybook about a little girl and nobody can say her name. And I can relate to this because my last name is spelled Gagne, and it's a French name, Gagne. But I've gotten Gagne, I've gotten all sorts of variations of it, and I answer to them all. And to be honest, I really don't mind. I had a principal who used to call me Gagne just for fun, and I took it in the spirit in which it was intended. But in this book, she's quite sad that her name can't be pronounced. And I can imagine that there would be many children that would be unhappy about that. I'm not coming back ever again, the girl stomped. Please don't stomp unless we're stepping in a drill team, Mama said. Was your first day of school so bad? The girl looked down. No one could say my name. No one? Not even your teacher? Mama asked. She tried. It got stuck in her mouth. A street musician swayed and played. Mama closed her eyes until she swayed too. Tell your teacher that your name is a song. The girl wrinkled her brows. I can't say that. Names aren't songs. Sure they are. Take the name Olumide. Olumide is a melody, girl, and so is Katoni. Olumide. I'd get the kids to make up melodies to go with them. Olumide, Katoni. I'd make up melodies for each of them. The girl whispered names. Tap, tap, tap went her feet. And she's got a whole bunch of other names in here. Mamudu is a beat. Tandolwethu, Tandolwethu, stretches out like a love song. Yes, girl, names are songs. Sing your name. Your teacher will learn to sing it too. The girl did a jig as they walked along. And it actually is really, really interesting. There's a lot of much more difficult to pronounce names for me now in your classrooms than there used to be. And I really like that idea of making up melodies to them so that we can get them right. And you know, I use the voice recorder on my iPhone a lot. I use it for all kinds of things. I think if I had a name I was having a lot of troubles pronouncing, I'd voice record it. I'd say grade 2, these are the names I need to practice. And then I would practice in my car on the commute home because I think it's respectful to learn the kids' names, and it isn't easy. So we need to practice and make sure we're doing it correctly. But I think that little book really says some nice things. I'm going to check my handout to make sure that I haven't missed anything that I really wanted to talk about. And, oh, I didn't talk about mixers. So I'm going to go back to Musicplay Online and share with you some of the fun mixers. We suggest, again, units and back to school is right here. And the mixers are listed here. So the easiest of them is the easiest two are I Like You and Hot Cross Buns. And this actually, I don't know if we can link directly to the song. It does. Okay, it links us to the song. So I Like You is bow wow wow with friendship words. In fact, I don't want the Valentine words. I want the friendship words.
I like you, yes I do. Will you be a friend of mine? I like you, yes I do. Will you be a friend of mine? I like you.
And I would get the kids to make a circle. For those of you that can watch what's happening, the kids are facing each other within the circle. So they're in a circle with partners facing each other. The partner will point hands. I like you. Change hands. Yes, I do. Join hands. They change places. Will you be a friend of mine? And then they I like you, and then they jump around. So
I like you. Yes, I do.
join and change.
Will you be my Valentine? I like you.
And jump.
I like
Point.
you.
Other
Yes,
hand.
I do.
Join and change.
Will you be my Valentine? I like you.
And jump.
I like you.
Change hands.
Yes, I do.
Join and change
Will
places.
you be my Valentine? I like you.
So that one is a simple game, and I usually will go around until the whole class has had a turn with doing it. If you want to, you could insert a B section where the kids introduce themselves to their neighbor. My name's Denise, and I like to bike. The other one would say, my name is Daryl, and I like to cook, whatever you like to do. So you could add that in. If I go back to the back to school unit, it suggests hot cross buns as a mixer. And again, this is perhaps not a song you would expect to be a mixer. But if I go to the Orff arrangement, every song in Musicplay has a piano accompaniment, ukulele guitar accompaniment, and many, many, many songs have Orff arrangements. And the Orff arrangement for this is simple. It's just a G, 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 G. You could say the words I like hot cross buns. And the drum part is filling in the rests on those. I like drum, hot cross buns, drum. The alto xylophone, alto metallophone play ti-ti-ta, ti-ti-ta on a G and a D throughout the whole thing. And then we sing hot cross buns. But it's in the creative activities that I think we have a really fun mixer idea. It's a little poem my friend Pam Clipper taught me. I went into the bakery, and what did I see? I saw a hot cross bun just a looking at me. So you can use this as a B section for hot cross buns. And during the B section, the students who are playing the clap game look for a new partner. So let's read it one more time while I show it. I went into the bakery, and what did I see? I saw a hot cross bun just a looking at me. So what I'm going to do is show you my movements for hot cross buns. So simplest, if I'm doing it with kindergartens, hot cross buns, hot cross buns, just a clap to the partner. Grade 2, I make it harder. Hot cross arms on the word cross. Try with me as your partner in the air. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. And if I want to get even fancier, instead of clapping on hot, I wave my face like it's hot outside. I do cross on the word cross, and I grab my buns on the word buns. So it goes hot cross buns, hot cross buns. Then clap, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. So we would do that with the partner and then go look for a new partner. I went into the bakery, and what did I see? I saw a hot cross bun just a looking at me. And we do the poem now with a new partner. The song, hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. I went into the bakery, and what did I see? I saw a hot cross bun just a looking at me. So I like that. I like that as a mixer. I think it's simple, but there's lots of fun aspect to it. And then the last of the mixers is from grade 5. It's the Green Sally Up song. And our wonderful Danae has done wonderful about the song, new slides to go with it, talking about how when I learned it in my Kodai levels back in the 90s. And then I found out fairly recently, it's actually in the book, Step It Down. So we've got a better source for it than I had originally.
Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Green Sally baked her possum brown. She asked her mama for 15 cents to see the elephants jump the fence. They jumped so high, they reached the sky, and didn't come back till the 4th of July.
You're going to have to come back and practice this. I won't have time to teach you all of it, but if you watch the kids' demo, you can see, and I'll call out what they're doing, and I'll show you a little trick. The gear wheel at the far right slows it down. And when we do the handshake, you might want it really slow. Let's go half speed. So you can see the beginning part is easy. Own right, own left. Own right, left. Own right, left. And then I'm going to jump ahead to the handshake. So on the words jump so high, we're going to do a handshake. And those of you who can see this have an advantage. Shake, shake, thumb shake, thumb shake. Shake, shake, finger shake. And that sounds really weird at half speed, but if you're teaching the kids and you haven't done it before, it's helpful. So the handshake goes shake, shake, thumb, thumb, shake, shake, finger, finger. I grab fingertips. And then I do singles of each. Shake, thumb shake, shake, fingers. And then I do back of the hands 3 times and then clap. So a fun song, and kids really do enjoy it. I was going to do one of Artie's songs that I thought would make a really good mixer. I've lost my mouse. There it is. Would make a really good mixer. And this is from her new book, Singing Fun and Games. And you can get that from West. You can get it from Musicplay. So store.musicplay.ca. She's done these little songs forever. And we have every time she does these lovely little songs, I go, oh, I can't remember after the workshop how she did them. So we finally got her to record them for us.
Down to the baker shop, hop, hop, hop. Down to the baker shop, hop, hop, hop. 'Cause my mama said, buy me a loaf of bread. Down to the baker shop, hop, hop, hop.
And they would keep hopping. Now we're gonna tiptoe.
Down to the baker shop, tip, tiptoe. Down to the baker shop, tip, tiptoe. 'Cause my mama said, buy me a loaf of bread. Down to the baker shop, tip, tiptoe. Down to the baker shop, fly, fly, fly. Down to the baker shop, fly, fly, fly. 'Cause my mama said, buy me a loaf of bread. Down to the baker shop, fly, fly, fly.
And the last one's gonna be wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Down to the baker shop, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Down to the baker shop, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. 'Cause my mama said, buy me a loaf of bread. Down to the baker shop, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
So it's fun. There's 20 songs in this resource, and they are all fun. And Artie's manipulatives, she's famous for. So the children get to choose one of these lovely, luscious looking carb laden things. And then it's got a movement on the back. So then we would sing it again and do fly. And if they take this lovely looking cinnamon bun, they would walk backwards. So you can go through the whole class and give kids options to do. They really like rolling. They really like crawling. They can walk, but that's kind of boring. There's the wiggle. So the resource comes with beautiful visuals and all the manipulatives that Artie makes. don't spend all your time laminating because they're actually lots and lots of fun. I would love to have your questions.
Okay, we have a question about circle games. Do you ever use background music when you're doing circle games and name games?
I haven't because I want to really focus on hearing those names and learning those names. And I want the other kids to learn it as well. You might think that your kindergarten kids know each other's names after a couple of months, but there are kids in kindergarten hit the end of the year and they don't know the children's names. So I would really use them to focus on that as opposed to adding distractions.
Sounds good. And we do have somebody here who is teaching online for grade 5 and 6. Do you have any suggestions for changing some of the stuff for virtual?
We did a pretty good job of that in the in the modules, but Green Sally up, no, that's not going to work virtually. I would say hot cross buns, you could teach virtually. Anything with partners isn't going to work really well. So you're going to have to pick and choose your activities so that the kids can do them without a partner. We went through this in 2020, and I think for the name games, I'm just trying to think which of the name games would work well. You'd have to get the kids to unmute. And it's just, I think a lot of these are not going to work really well online. I think we all went through that frustration. Take the person's email address and tell them I'll think on that and give them some better suggestions after, because it's not coming to me immediately.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Okie dokie. So I guess kind of on the same middle school, what would you use for back to school songs for your grade 7 and 8, like very specifically for the older ones?
For the older ones, I've used the concentration one up to grade 6. I think it would work well with 7s and 8s as well. Concentration, everybody ready when you hear your name. The game begins. Miss Gagne, Jason. Jason sings his name and then someone else's. Older kids sometimes are shy about singing initially, so I let them chant if that's going to make them more comfortable. The jump in, jump out, I think if you did it with some drumming, I think they would find that appealing. The up the ladder, down the ladder, one by one, the ladder is another good one for your older kids.
Perfect. And concentration is the one where you can like do different types of cars, right?
That's categories.
Categories. Okay. That one I remember doing, and that was fun. Okay. Can you just remind us where the mixers are on the website? I know you saw it and just rolled.
Oh, at the back to school unit, there at the very top, there is pull down menus. One is name games that are related songs. One is mixers. And what was the other? Oh, the other was welcome songs.
We actually have some more to add to that. It's been a
do.
while. Yeah. And I think that is pretty much the last of it. Any other questions hanging out? Anybody? Oh, do you have any suggestions for special needs students, some verbal and some nonverbal?
I would slow everything down for them. So I would do the circle name game with them. Denise. And encourage them to say their name. And if they can't say their name, if they are completely nonverbal, then I would say their name for them and keep going around the circle that way. I think just choose the simplest of all of them. And the simplest to me is this one. And I would just go at a tempo that they can manage. And I wouldn't worry if they don't keep a steady beat. I have a story about special needs kids. I once had a grade 2-3 class with a special needs congregated class, and they all came to music at the same time. So I had 45 kids in there. I had 2 or 3 EAs, and fortunately they were really good EAs that participated and kept the kids participating. But I spent that whole term trying to figure out what's going to work with them and basically slow it down, make it simpler, have some fun is what we did. I came to report card time and I'm going, I haven't done anything for assessment, and I have to assess the grade 2s and 3s. So I brought out my rhythm flashcards because we had done work with them, and I went through all the grade 3s, then I went through all the grade 2s, and then I thought, let's just go through the special needs kids and see how they do. Every one of them could read ta and TT rhythms. I get to Lainey. Lainey was nonverbal and in very high needs, nonverbal. I held up the card for her, and Lainey goes, e, and her aide and I go, what just happened? This is the first time we've seen that kind of cognition with this child. So keep working with your kids, your nonverbal kids, your verbal kids. Give them instruments, give them rhythm cards, and have them play those rhythms. And you just never know how much they may be taking in. Music is pretty special. It can cause lots of new pathways in the brain.
Perfect. Well, that's it.
Okay, I thank you all for being with me after school or recorded later. I really appreciate all of you giving me your time. What is our topic next week, Carrie Lynn?
New programs with John Jacobson.
New programs with John Jacobson. This is going to be fun. So ideas, if you haven't already picked out Christmas or holiday concerts or spring concerts, we will give you some snippets from some of the ones that are on Musicplay online. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a really, really good week. And